or didn't go, and a decision in life was made based on a sense of bittul, those were very, very different kinds of children. Very different kinds of children. You know, the Rav mentioned what it means that everybody brought, you're in a Davos and it becomes one. There were a bunch of thieves in London that were just arrested. And these thieves had a very unique idea. They apparently fashioned a piece of plastic, which they had manufactured for this purpose, and they stuck it into the ATM machine, the cash dispenser. When people would come in and try to take out cash, they would hear it spinning, but nothing came out. So they left, they called the bank, next they asked for credit. And after a while, they would come in, they would remove this piece, and they would take out all the cash that comes flying out. It says, Tinik ba, the kicker biyadeh. Every child is born with the bread that he needs for life, the menuchas hanefesh that he needs for life, the tranquility that he needs for life. Every child is born with everything that he needs. But there are ikuvin, there are blockages. When a person falls into a matziv of pachad or kas, and we question our emunah, and we say that's it, and we throw in the towel, we're overwhelmed with the yiyush, the Rebbeinu Shalom says, I can't give you what's b'sheret for you, what's meant for you. What happens when you belong to a Beis Medrash, what happens when you're committed to a Beis Medrash is, all of a sudden, you become one unit. And the Kadosh Baruch Hu says, even if on your personal merit, I can't remove that blockage, I'm going to remove it because you're part of the tzibur. And as a result, everyone gets what they need. When your child at home knows that now you're buying a malava malka of my father's shul and my father's rav, and the one that I go to share a simcha, the one that I go to for chizuk in a time of sorrow, your child is a different child. It's different mitzvahs. And he learns that life is not a given. And that's really what Rebbe Elchanan meant. When Rebbe Elchanan said that the Beis Medrash flies through Yerushalayim. It means that we live in a life where we're not tied down to the events. I want to be Messiah. One lesson. There was a bacher. He learned in the Yisrael, wasn't going with a shidduch. Whatever he did with a shidduch never worked. Sinish gegangen. Didn't happen. Finally, his father said, there's a shidduch for you in America. He never ever left America. He was petrified. He said, I'm not going to leave America. I'm petrified out of my wits. Please, I don't want to leave. No, don't make me go. Go, I'm telling you. They put him onto a plane. He's sittering. And to his mazel, the plane makes an emergency landing in London. And he figures out by the time they fix the plane, he won't make it for Shabbos. He gets off the plane, doesn't speak a word of English, doesn't know where to go. He's crying his head off. He's standing over there, meets another Yid. He takes him to Stamford Hill or the Golden Green, one of the places. He's standing by the Beis Medrash with his suitcases. A Yid comes by, who, what, when. He tells him the story. He says, B'spamir for Shabbos, what's the problem? Fine, he says, I'm going someplace now. He says, where are you going? He says, he's going to the cemetery. Any particular reason? He said, yeah, he's a chassid. His father was a chassid of the Shatzer Rebbe in London. And there's an Indian there to go Erev Shabbos. And he said, if you come Erev Shabbos, you make a Kabbalah for the covenant of Shabbos, he answers your tefillas. So the Bacha says, may as well come along. So he's standing there and he says to the Bacha, so make a Kabbalah. So the Bacha makes a Kabbalah like this. He says, from now on, 15 minutes before Shabbos, let me use Shabbos. Because sometimes I was late. 15 minutes before Shki is Shabbos. Chal Yerushalayim, they used to make a Shabbos early. Anyway, make a long story short, he makes it to it. It was a harrowing trip to America. He's on the Muncie bus. He loses his suitcases. He finds his suitcases. He gets in like 10 minutes before Shabbos to his uncle where he's staying. His uncle says, put on your bekisha, go to the mikveh after Milcha, just run. So he runs, he opens up his suitcase, and he sees his bekisha is literally toiveling. It already went to the mikveh in this huge tube of toothpaste that burst open. So quickly, he sees 5 minutes of shkia. He grabs a brush. He starts brushing it off. And he remembers, but he just made a Kabbalah. And the Kabbalah was 15 minutes before Shkia, Shabbos. There's no one else in the house that can do it for him. That's the only bekisha he has. He's trying to get married. So he says, all right, I'll start next week. Then suddenly he stops short. He says, wait a second. Why am I doing it? Because I want to get married? So this is going to get me married? I made a Kabbalah. Let me stick to the Kabbalah. That means I'm putting myself into the Rebbeinu Shalom's hands. I'm trying to get married for 10 years with a clean bekisha. It didn't work anyway. Maybe it'll work with a dirty one. So he comes into shul. Second he comes into shul, everyone starts, what is this, the dentist's office? What's going on? The guy is so petrified. He doesn't know what to do. the block from the front. So he takes this big chumash. He's like standing like this, next to the thing, and he just doesn't turn around. People come over to the davening. He's like, "This is a very close shalom." After davening, he's waiting for everyone said, "Where's this smell?" Once I want to go home so you can leave afterwards. There's one guy standing in shul, like Shidduch is not leaving. He's being said to his Pasha Shemais. He's said to Shemais the Erev Ba, Shalom. The guy's still there. Finally, the guy leaves, and he rips the chumash out from the other thing. And he goes to him, he comes in, his aunt says, "Where were you?" She goes, "You were the one, what's the matter with you?" He goes, she says, "Why don't you brush it off?" He starts like, "Kabbalah, what are you talking about? Are you out of your mind?" Bottom line is, for whatever reason, the shidduch that he came in, they decided to cancel. Looks like they're not selling the toothpaste, these people. He figured that, they told him, "Listen, I did what I thought was right, I put myself with them in life, and that's it. I made a Kabbalah, I was by tzaddik, and that's the way it is." Before he leaves, the shaftin calls with a different shidduch. He's here already. They give it a try. 2 days later, he's a chassid. And the father of the girl gets up and he says, "Shidduch is a shkoch prat, Hashem Kamayim." He says he walked in, it was raining, he walked into the Medrash for a minute. And he noticed something. He sees a bacher davening with such kavanah. Doesn't turn around once. He sees people trying to come over, give him shalom aleichem. Doesn't even turn around. And he sees after davening, he continues to learn for another hour. He said, "I gotta have this bacher for my daughter." You got him? There is a time in life where the way to do it is by giving away your das to a Kadosh Baruch. That's Purim. That's belonging to a Besmedrash. And that's what it means that the whole Besmedrash picks itself up and goes to Eretz Yisrael. Besides to the Pashup Shach, you borrow ahead from a geula and a tranquility and a simchas achayim that is there from Bittul Hadas. The Ashrei, this whole Kehillah Kedosha, to be part of this Beis Medrash, that it's on its way to that geula.